Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of my ranked Skywars guide. In this episode, I'll be covering the Blacksmith kit and its perk. I'll mostly be talking about strategies in the series, such as cleaning. The Blacksmith kit is very resistant to cleaning, as it is high armor and sharpness, allowing it to kill cleaners easily, but it has very limited healing, most of the time only having healing from its island, or maybe a bit from a few chests, but it is very high protection and sharpness, so it does help quite a bit. Getting kills is very important for Blacksmith for healing because of the Juggernaut perk. If you have it maxed, it can help a huge amount, as it heals like around like 3 to 4 hearts or something like that. Now let's get on to strategies. In this clip, I'm doing the defensive Blacksmith strategy. Basically, you get all your island chests, and you mine your diamonds, and you either rush me to try to kill people, or get a few chests if possible, or clean up. In this clip, I'll be cleaning up. Cleaning up is probably one of the best strategy for you with this combined with this strategy, because there's a very high chance of success. Because if you're fighting someone with low health, or when you have more gear than them, it's basically a very high chance you're going to beat them. Also, when using Blacksmith, it's not by books or your friend. They can help you kill things like scouts, or full diamond armorers, or stacked out pyromancer or champion, because knockback is just one of the most most overpowered enchantment ranked. There's nothing really that's more powerful than it. If you really want a knockback though, you should use Magician. I'll cover that, or the reasons why you should use Magician for knockback in a later video, but Blacksmith is very good for getting high sharpness, its fire spec and protection and knockback levels in the early game. And with Blacksmith also, you might think its gear becomes irrelevant and in the later refills, but actually it just makes it better, because you can combine your Plot 2 gear with more Plot 2 gear from the first refill, and your Plot 3 gear, or your Plot 2 gear and now Plot 3 gear from the first refill, you can combine with the Plot 3 gear from the refilled, or the second one I mean, and then you just become far more powerful, and it's really hard to stop someone who has a Plot 4 piece at least. Sometimes you don't end up with enough diamond items and you end up with too many protection 3 books. I would probably not put an iron piece. Do not put an iron piece. Just make a Plot 4. Plot 4 is still powerful. And this is the example of what you shouldn't do when you're using Blacksmith or Fungi. Maps like Fungi, just don't Iron Sword. Like, it might be okay on other maps to save time, but just don't do it. Like, it's just not gonna help you. And this is also an example of a long game. This is the second longest game in this recording. This literally lasted almost to Doom. Almost to Doom. Now, in the late game with Blacksmith, you should still play pretty conservative with your healing, because many times, it's just annoying when you just end up using up all your healing, because and Ender Pearls, because with Ender Pearls, it's very likely in longer games that the reason why they've been in a draw is because both enemies, the last 2 players, have run out of Ender Pearls by using them on other players, or just mobility in general, and then exhausted the islands, and then there's no more Ender Pearls, and they cannot kill each other because they can just run away forever. And yeah, healing you can be a bit more non-conservative with, but healing just do not try to use all of it in one go. Like, if you just keep constantly pre-gap, that's just gonna work through your gaps, and you're just gonna lose like half. If you have 6 gaps, as in like I do here, you're gonna lose 12 hearts if you all pre-gap. 12 hearts. 12. It's a lot of HP to lose, so you shouldn't really try to pre-gap all the time. Pre-gapping every now and then if you're going in for a big push will be good. And this clip just this shows Lava pretty good. Like, Lava is your best friend against hackers. Like, if you're fighting a cheater, Lava is your best friend. It stops the cheat from moving, and if you have fire resistance, you can jump into lava and the cheater cannot knock you back, and you can easily trade hits. And if it's a high tier cheater who's just who's just not very blatantly hacking, I guess might not be the best, because they all have they have level 5 kits. But if you're fighting something like a B-upper, they may not be B-upper, because B-uppers are very hard to lava. But if you're fighting a blatant killer anti-knockback hacker, when I said Frickles, you could easily beat them using lava, and also, I don't even know how I did this, so I just put this in slow motion, and then they walks the block. Congratulations, Ping. But anyway, back to the guide. Anyway, in this clip here, just show, like, I don't even know why I was in the amble for so long here, but lava is your best friend, and when fighting unkill with lots of armor, and also in the late game, when cheaters, because like this is awesome late game, but that person lost his water, so he couldn't really do anything when you're stuck in lava and save water. Because if you end up getting stuck in lava, and like the lava's just gonna keep expanding, and you can't really swim very fast in lava. Also, this clip actually went on for, like, the game drawed. This is how long it went. So I sped it up, and like, yeah. And this is the aggressive strategy for Blacksmith. This is actually another one that's even more aggressive, which is immediately rushing mid when you get blocks. But this is a bit safer. You do your amble stuff before you go to mid, and. Also, another tip with Blacksmith, you should probably take the enchantment table and anvil. Like, I never do this, but you should probably do it, because taking enchantment table and anvil, you could combine. That means you can anywhere you are, you can combine your gear. But the thing is, you should probably just take the anvil off off your island. I never do that. I don't know why, but I don't, because you probably just. Like, grab the enchantment table and anvil, and just like an OP with sword or something if you have enough levels. Why am I thinking of that? Is Blacksmith Magician, you have mid levels. But anyway, this clip was extremely long, so I guess I'll just leave it to the music. Bye.